The top 10 strongest in Lookism of all time, including the gods of the past, the legends of the current, and upcoming monsters. Who really belongs in this top 10? Which character is the absolute strongest in all of Lookism? And what will be revealed in the future of the story? All of this will be explained here on the Mysterious Weeb YouTube channel today with some special help. I had to summon the mysterious VMAT here today to join me to, have a yap session about the greatness of Lookism. So to begin, we have a few characters who could be the strongest of all time. Begin with the legend of the past.
Of course, it's Gabrion Kim. He just stated all time just to be the strongest of the pre-generation. He pretty much made a whole generation around him. Like, everyone just views him as like the god of Lookism. He's like the Goldie Roger of Lookism.
If you think about it, in the past, he literally had Elite, Charles Choi, and Tom Lee below him. And then we saw what his sword recently looked like when he was in his Hulk form. So
those tapes, man.
Yeah.
Those tapes are really gonna make him stronger.
Now we see what his children are doing.
Yeah, like
Pure
Gite.
genetic. So yeah.
And you needed Gite and James Lee together to take him out.
When he's like an old man.
We don't know the context behind that yet, but it just assumed like he required a lot to take him out, and also rivaling the Yamazaki head, all these things. So when the pre-generation backstory comes out, it's gonna go hard.
Yeah. So in top 10 regardless, a potential rank 1 the strongest of all time.
Yeah.
We also have Gun's father. We don't know much. The one panel we do have is him literally being portrayed as a one-man army.
It went hard though. It went hard.
They show the same panel and over, so it's just so hard. Like, yes, him.
That's him.
Gun's
He's
father.
him.
He could have, or most likely does have, mastered Ultra Instinct, considering the recent reveal about Gun.
Also, like, this is just a theory, but it's most likely pointing to that Gapriong made the Fist Gang just to fight against the Yamazaki clan. And who's the leader of it all? It's Gun's father. The Kojima brothers are terrified of this man.
Yeah.
Like, they got a glimpse of Gun through his father, and they were just like, yeah, we don't want the smoke.
Exactly.
We don't want you. We don't want to fight you. So
We know nothing about him really, but with what we do know, it's enough to argue he could be number 1, without a doubt, in the top 10.
yeah, I'm getting Gun's backstory now, so we'll probably find
Yeah,
out maybe later.
hopefully. Subscribe if you want to see, more Lookism content.
Yes.
Of course, potential number 1, the strongest of all time, James Lee,
It's my goat right here.
the legend of Generation 1.
It's probably like, he just so strong. Every fight he goes into, he just like no-divs people. Like the strong kings, Teisu, every king, he's beat every king, and he's stated to be just like the strongest, the peak of the verse as of currently, because he's the only one alive right now.
And think about it like this. We saw what he was like in the past. He already has the mastery of thresholds, the speed, the technique, the strength. Man's chilling in his high school uniform, just being a monster compared to everyone else. And then we just have all the lore about him. We haven't had an insane amount of feats because they're probably saving it. We've seen his hair evolution, and the existence of Big Daniel is literally just to deal with James Lee because he got too strong.
Yeah, bro, he's just chilling. He's watching he's watching Daniel and Gun fight, and he's just chilling. He's not even shocked. He just thinks, oh, at least I don't have to get my hands dirty. Because he knows he could beat them.
Yeah. One issue though. We've seen his hair evolve throughout the series. We saw what it was like in the past. Then he had his K-pop arc,
Yeah.
pink hair,
Now it's black again.
and now it's black. Theory.
The theory is that James is Charles Choi.
No. The better theory is, upon James watching Gun and Daniel fight in the UI, he's like, sheesh. That black hair though.
No way.
It's the vibe.
It's not the vibe.
Next
though.
time we see him, he appears with black hair, trying to emulate their aura. But moving on, UI Big Daniel, perfect body.
Oh yeah, UI Big Daniel. Everyone says is top. Well, a lot of people say top 1
He could be.
because he's got the perfect body. They stated so many times. They just repeat it over and over again how his body's like the perfect condition, and you combine that with the perfect software, then he's pretty much unbeatable.
Yeah. The only people who have succeeded in overcoming Big Daniel is Gun, who seems to have the most knowledge about Ultra Instinct due to that being connected to the Yamazaki clan.
It's just so dumb, man. Like, how could UI Big Daniel lose like that?
Yeah.
He's supposed to be the top of the verse.
But we're going to see it again in the future. So, potential number one.
Once Daniel, like, masters not being unconscious in it, then...
It's cracked.
It's cracked. No one can touch him.
Yeah.
Even with the counter, you can't touch him.
I think it's fair to talk about Gun now. We saw his Ultra Instinct. We saw him destroy the whole generation. Dude, he won against Goo after that, and then this experienced diffed UI Daniel.
Really upscaled Gun. I can't lie. I was like, every chapter that was coming out, I had my jaw to the floor. Because I was like, bro, this guy's going through a rampage.
Like, everyone talks about like the narrative implied strength for these characters. Well, Gun probably has the best showings and feats right now.
Currently, but now he's in prison. So.
Yeah, and now we're getting his flashback.
Yeah, he might even get even more upscaled.
Yeah.
Before, I thought him and Goo, you know, would have a good close fight, but after Hunt for Gun Park, it's just like he's miles above Goo in that form. Like, he just has the potential to be the strongest.
We waited, 500 chapters for their fight?
Yeah, and then Gun just destroyed him.
I mean, they'll fight again. Goo's out, vibing, but...
Yeah,
we also
has his own plan.
Yeah.
You know?
We have Gi-tae Kim, the big boy who is, you know, the highlight of the current story.
He rivals James Lee, apparently.
Yeah, he has all the narrative. He is honestly just built different, just a stat monster. He doesn't seem like the technique and like martial artist, you could say, but just pure genetics and mad lad energy, you could say.
He's got Daddy Gaprion genes, so we all know how that works out.
Yeah, we're bound to see him fight another top tier. Maybe it's James Lee. We'll learn about what happened between those two.
I think they're friends, though.
They could be, but like James Lee's up to something.
James Lee is definitely mischievous. Everyone in Lookism is like mischievous right now.
And Gi-tae is like not a good person, you could say. not a very good person.
He gave Jake a brotherly hug, though.
Yeah, and he was about to kill him if he didn't answer right. Like he's done with his other brothers, apparently.
Yeah. Oh, another theory. Goo Kim is one of the brothers.
True, that'll be crazy.
I think it's true because, I mean, timeline-wise, it makes sense.
Why would
last name-wise, it makes sense. And, like, why would Goo be connected to Gi-tae?
Yeah, that was just out of nowhere.
The connection is that they share the same father. The cracked number one of the verse.
Yeah, so all these guys are potential number one, but we all agree that they make up the top, like 5, top 6, around that range. You can rank them however you want, but all have solid arguments. Now we have the other characters that are possibly in the top 10. So we have Tom Lee, the genius of fighting. Compared to a lot of the other older characters, it seems like he's maintained his power over the years, which is very respectable.
He's still active doing jobs in the White Tiger Job Center. He, like, if you read the manager Kim Manoa, he was like catching hands with him, and like I don't think anyone could rival Tom Lee when he shows up.
Yeah,
he's just a monster with incredible aura. And yeah, I mean, he stated that he's going back to his prime. Like, even in his fight with Goo, they were like toe to toe.
And that's
technically tied.
That's a Goo with weapons as well.
Yeah, but talking about Goo, that's the next character, equal to Tom, so he has to be one of the potential top 10s. And as well as that, he is Gun's rival for the longest time. He still is.
Yeah.
And who would have known that Gun tapped into that UI mode? If not, then I think it's very close as to who could win.
Goo was pissed that Gun was injured from all the previous fights.
Yeah.
And required Gun to enter UI to, you know, win. And even that was like insanely close, only because he bit off the blade. He too short. Apart from that, we have a few more that could go potentially around top 10 range. We don't know an insane amount about them, but based on the narrative, we have the Sword of Gaprion Kim. He looks like a monster. We saw him from not old man age for the first time recently.
Who would have known he has hair? thought he was bald his whole life.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, he has hair.
The
He
true
literally-
Hulk of the
literally
series.
looks like a Hulk. Like he's just towering over everyone. And it's like you said, if Jerry, the sword of Jake Kim, is stronger than
Yeah.
Jake, then Baekho is probably stronger than Gapryong. You know, he's a
Yeah.
sword for a reason. Probably because he has more ability power in his strikes. So
Hopefully when we get that pre-generation flashback, we see where he really ranks, but he was technically killed by James Lee and GK, potentially, but
is
that's
he
when he's
dead
old.
right now?
He's dead, no? Should he be dead?
I think he is actually.
I
He
think
left some tapes for Jerry's.
Yeah, he died with Gaprion, I think.
Oh, so it's probably a 2v2.
Yeah, but that's like when they're old.
Right.
And then we saw maybe maybe that was Prime we saw in that one panel.
Yeah, that was Prime.
Yeah,
He became bald after his prime.
yeah. Lost his hair. Nerfed.
He's nerfed.
Hair's an important part. Look at James Lee.
Like that one guy that was punched by Taesuma after
Yeah.
his hair just fell out.
Exactly.
It never was the same.
So, we also have to mention the six finger dude. The one character that James Lee tends to wank the most from the past. Most potential in the series, potentially. We'll never know, but
Yeah. Too bad.
man was spawning out with the masteries out of nowhere.
Yeah, like he's just a random orphan dude. And
Yeah.
he's just like the strongest. Mu Jin Jin was also wanking him. Saying
Yeah.
that, oh, you're stronger than like you have the most potential of everyone I've seen in this
Yeah.
world. And like that is a great statement because Mu Jin's probably explored a bunch of the world. So seeing a child and he's just like so invested in this child.
Yeah.
I'm the guy who's supposed to rival Gapryong. So Xiangji, if he lived, could be like top 1 right now. But it's too bad he's not with us anymore.
Yeah. And then we have Mujin Jin, as we just mentioned. Vinjin's father. Could have been a rival to Gaprion Kim. I believe there was a panel claiming that their fighting prowess was like on par with one another.
Yeah.
But we don't know really anything else apart from that.
Is he still alive?
I don't believe
Is he?
so. I think he was killed by Charles Choi, but we don't know the,
Oh yes,
the
it
circumstances.
was stated that, yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know the circumstances of the fight itself.
Yeah.
We don't know. We've seen glimpses of what he looked like in the past. Potential top 10. We also have the other fists, such as Prime Elite, who is more so confirmed as second to Gaprion Kim back in those days.
That means what? He must be stronger than Baekho.
He could be, unless Baekho is stronger than Gaprion Kim as well.
Second to Gapryong, but Gapryong is second to Baekho, right?
Yeah, exactly. Charles Choi, is he dead right now? Could be. Is James Lee his second body?
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is, but
Think about it this way. Charles Choi dyed his hair black back in Shenyang. What's his James Lee doing now? He wants to change,
Black,
right? He wants
yeah.
to change his identity. Also dyed his hair black.
there you go.
That's indefinite proof that James Lee is Charles Choi's second body.
There you go.
He
Come back to us in a year's time
It's
when
probably
it's revealed.
an advanced second body that they can be awake at the same time. Think about it that way.
So we're gonna see both Daniel bodies awake at the same time,
Yes.
and it's gonna be like, the Fury's gonna explode.
Yeah, I can't wait. I think Daniel's second body probably has another conscious inside.
Yeah. We also have, the GOAT, Vasco's master, the Mortai
Oh.
god.
Yeah,
even
Gao Lang.
even Gun is a fan. That's how you know a man's a monster.
Yeah, the strongest in Thailand.
Just watch him pull up one day and just destroy everyone. He's gonna
I'm
be
sure
great.
Vasco's gonna keep training with him. Like out of all the masters, Brekdak is definitely the most potential to be cracked because
Yeah.
he's just like an overseas international guy, but has nothing to do with the story.
Yeah.
So it's like this guy might just be on another level.
Yeah, we don't know.
Look
Mortai's
at-
cracked.
But then again, I don't think he will have like a super pivotal role in the story.
Yeah.
Even if he is top 10, we'll never know if he's top 10 because I don't think they'll ever like show him fighting.
Apart from that, we have a few characters just to mention in the future. Little Daniel getting stronger and stronger in each arc. He's like approaching the top tiers now, especially in UI, which is crazy. He's just going to continue growing. And will he reach Big Daniel's
Eventually,
level?
I mean, he's a protagonist of
He
the
has
story.
to. Like,
And his copy ability is insane. Plus, copy plus UI, the two most broken abilities in the Lookism verse. That's how you know, like, he's gonna be a monster.
But right now, maybe not top 10, but in the future, without a doubt.
Yeah.
We also have Jake. His arc is probably going to be reoccurring soon, considering his brother is now...
It's gonna be a Jakeism again.
Yeah.
Like, remember his when it just became Jakeism for a bit.
Everything about Big Deal.
He was like the main character for 200 chapters. It's gonna go back to him, and he's gonna get that huge Gaprion Gene amp again.
Yeah.
And he's gonna destroy Gite, and then he's gonna be top 1.
Yeah. So Jake, always
second
remember
to
him.
Daniel.
Yeah.
Yep. And
Johan is...
Study Han is
He could have been. It could be done.
he might be top 10 right now.
Yeah. His performance against Gun was absolutely cracked.
Yeah.
If it kept going, who knows what would have happened?
Yeah, but then again, it looks like his arc, unlike Jake's, is finished. So I think
Yes.
Jake has a lot more potential in terms of story, but Johan, like, he doesn't really have an incentive to come back to fighting, unlike Jake. But Johan right now is definitely the strongest of the three heads.
If I had to place my bet, I think Johan is done.
Yeah, I
We've-
think
we've seen his
Johan right
peak.
now. Johan right now is stronger than Little Daniel.
Yeah, but we've seen what he's capable of, so maybe not be reaching top 10 in the story, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know down in the comments who you think the top 10 is, who you believe is the absolute strongest of all time. Make sure to check out VMAT's video of us ranking all these characters plus like 100 more from weakest to strongest in an over an hour long video. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. That's it, boys. Laters.